First, we are going to do an overview of Docker, like why Docker, why containers. So this will be useful to give you a broader overview of the usefulness of Docker, and also if you need to convince other people, like if you're happy about Docker but you need to convince others, that might give you some arguments. Or if you're here because you've been sent here by your boss or your manager who told you, hey, you need to learn about that Docker stuff, but you don't know anything about it yet, then I want to give you a kind of quick intro so that you can be excited about what we are going to see today. Then I'm going to talk about the training environment that we will use. I will explain how to install Docker. We will run a few easy containers. I will talk about foreground, background containers. We will see how to restart containers and talk a little bit about the workflow that we typically use around containers. Then we are going to explain the difference between a container and an image. We are going to build our first images. I will introduce Docker files and the syntax used in these Docker files. We will see how to build increasingly complicated Docker images. I should say sophisticated, maybe, or advanced instead of complicated. Complicated sounds scary. I will talk about multi-stage builds. I will explain how to publish images to the Docker Hub and give some best practices and tips to build good Docker files. Then we will switch gears and see what it's like to operate containers a little bit. I will explain the concept behind container naming, see how you can get a lot of information about containers, so we call that inspecting containers. I will explain the networking model and the storage model for containers. I will show how we do service discovery. I will talk about the ambassador pattern. And then in the storage side, I will show how to achieve a nice development workflow by mounting some local files into a container and to be able to edit your source code from your machine with your favorite tools and IDE, and yet execute everything seamlessly in a container. And we will finish by talking about Compose, which is a tool that you can use when you have to run not just one container but multiple containers.